Here are 5 tips that are going to make fat loss stupidly easy for you. Everything I'm about to mention on this list is very, very simple, straightforward, and basic. It's not overcomplicated and it all requires minimal effort. You can apply each and every one of these tips as soon as tomorrow. So number 1 is increase your protein intake. Now, you've probably heard each and every fluffy coach in this industry on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube say all you need is a gram of protein per pound of body weight in order to maximize building muscle or sustaining muscle, whether you're in a gaining or fat loss phase. Now, yes, studies show this to be true, but with that being said, there are perks to increasing your protein intake when in a fat loss phase. I prefer working anywhere between 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This is mainly to help with satiation when you're in a calorie restricted phase, and also consuming higher protein is going to massively help you sustain muscle when in a fat loss phase. But mainly this is going to help you when it comes to the satiation purposes of it, because no one wants to be starving in a fat loss phase, do they? So I recommend, like I mentioned, 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight to make it that little bit more advantageous for you to sustain muscle in a fat loss phase, but mainly stay on top of your appetite control as well. Number 2 is push back your first meal. Now, I don't believe in intermittent fasting as such, especially not from a performance standpoint. When it comes to fat loss though, you want to be smart with your calorie bank, right? If you're waking up and you're having breakfast and then you're having to spread your meals out more evenly throughout the day, a lot of you may find that very, very hard to sustain. Me especially. So what I like to do is I like to push back my first meal till late morning, midday. I'm talking 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Is there anything special about doing this that is going to help you drop body fat quicker? Well, absolutely not. The only thing that it will help with perhaps is sustaining your diet. What I've come to learn since working with hundreds of men now achieving elite level results within my online coaching business is that majority of the population tend to be hungrier in the evenings. Maybe when they're getting a little bit of downtime, they're watching some TV, they're potentially bored, they got nothing to do, and they want to instantly snack due to that in order to kill that boredom, say. Not necessarily because they're hungry, but because they want to kill that boredom. So how you can counteract this is by reserving some of your calories for that latter part of the day. So you have a little bit more flexibility in the evenings, you can kill some cravings, and you can stay on track with your nutrition plan. Number 3 is drinking more water. Now, this is something that is so underutilized when in a fat loss phase. I'll be completely real with you. When I'm in an extreme fat loss phase, one of my competition preps say, I will be consuming anywhere between 8 to 10 litres of water a day. Now, I recommend either side of a gallon. 4 to 5 litres for majority of people will be absolutely fine. But if you are hungry, increasing your water intake is going to massively help you stay on top of your diet. If you are constantly filling yourself up with water and filling that stomach with water, you're offsetting that feeling of hunger. This could even tie into pushing back your first meal a little bit, because if you're fasting throughout that first period of the day, drinking more water is going to help you push back that meal a little bit further. I remember back when I was on prep, I used to push back my first meal till 11, 12 p.m. And throughout that morning period, bearing in mind I was up very early as well, I used to drink easily 2 to 3 litres of water. And that allowed me to push back that first meal till a little later on in the day. So drink more water. I promise you now, the next time you feel hungry, drink a litre of water and tell me if you're still hungry afterwards. The next one is sleep more. Right? Majority of you are so sleep deprived day to day. I've said this on videos before. The reason I feel like the majority of the population are sleep deprived is because they don't understand the importance of sleep. Now, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day, which is the recommended amount in which you should be getting each and every night, that not only is going to give you a better chance of fat loss and retaining muscle throughout a fat loss phase, it's also massively going to help with your recovery, fatigue management, your performance, but as well as that, your perception of your hunger. If you are making sure that you are getting good sleep each and every night, you are not going to be as hungry day to day. And number 5 is get up, move more, right? Get out the fucking house, get off the PlayStation, stop watching Netflix, go for a walk, whatever it may be, utilize cardio. There are so many benefits to this. I would look to have a step count each and every day. Now, steps is going to massively increase your output while generating very little fatigue. Right, I would recommend anywhere between 10 to 12,000 steps per day, and you could potentially even increase this further. I would also look to utilize cardio sessions each and every week as well. Cardio is going to be a great tool in order to increase the size of your calorie deficit, improve your CV health, improve your output on the gym floor. As well as that, for me, cardio for routine is absolutely phenomenal. Getting up and doing my fasted cardio each and every morning, it starts my day right. It gets me in a good headspace for the rest of the day. It massively improves my mood, energy, and productivity. As well as that, utilizing cardio in order to increase the size of your calorie deficit is in turn going to allow you to keep food a touch higher, which is going to help you when it comes to sustaining mass. When you've got more energy going in order to drive performance on the gym floor, that is going to make it far more advantageous for you to sustain your muscle mass when chipping away at body fat. So move more, utilize cardio sessions, have a step count each and every day, be more active. So that is everything there. I hope it helps. Like I said, nothing on that list is overcomplicated. It's all very simple, basic, and straightforward. A lot of it just comes down to making smarter decisions day to day. Fat loss for majority of people is miserable enough as it is. There is no need to make it any more difficult for yourself. And if you do want a more straightforward approach to fat loss, like I mentioned earlier, I've helped hundreds of men get in elite level shape. If you do want to find out more about online coaching, then what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the bio. But that is everything for this video. Like, share, subscribe for more. And if you have not gone all in, then this is your sign. Take care. God bless.